All right, let's dive into a pretty exciting challenge. We're going to break down what really happens to your body and your mind when you decide to cut out sugar for just 2 weeks. And look, this isn't about giving it up forever. Think of it more like a short but super powerful reset. So, what happens when you stop eating sugar for just 14 days? It sounds like a pretty simple question, right? But believe me, the answer, it's surprisingly deep. It tells us a ton about our relationship with food. The effects can be absolutely transformative, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack in this explainer. 14 days, that's it. That's kind of the magic number we're talking about here. And why? Well, it's long enough to be a real challenge, but short enough that it feels totally doable. It's this sweet spot, this perfect window of time to really trigger some significant changes, break those old habits, and set up a whole new, healthier baseline for yourself. Okay, so before we jump into all the awesome rewards, we've got to understand the why behind this whole thing. Why is cutting out that extra sugar such a big deal? Let's take a quick look at what's actually going on inside your body when sugar's in the picture. So it's really important to get this contrast. Sugar itself isn't some evil villain, okay? In moderation, your body actually needs it for energy. The real problem, and this is what our sources really point to, is when we go overboard. When you have too much, that's when it gets stored as fat, that's when it can lead to health issues, and that's what causes that uncomfortable, puffy, bloated feeling. Yeah, you can really think of it like a pipeline. It's pretty straightforward. Step 1, you eat more sugar than your body needs for energy right now. Well, that extra energy, that glucose, it has to go somewhere, right? So your body, being super efficient, converts it and stores it away as fat. And at the same time, it starts holding onto water to try and dilute all that sugar. And what does that lead to? You guessed it, bloating. Okay, so now that we've got the problem down, let's get to the really good part, the benefits. When you shut off that sugar pipeline for just 2 weeks, you're basically giving your body an amazing chance to hit the reset button. So let's talk about those physical rewards first. First up, and this is a big one, you lose extra fat. I mean, it's simple, right? You stop the fat storage process right at the source. Once you cut off that supply of extra sugar, your body just isn't creating and packing away new fat from that pipeline anymore. The impact is direct and it's immediate. And hey, remember that water retention we were just talking about? Well, once those high levels of sugar are out of the picture, your body's like, okay, I don't need to hold on to all this extra water anymore. It just starts to let it go. And that can lead to a really noticeable drop in bloating, and you just start to feel lighter overall. Now, this next one is a huge one, and it's both physical and mental. You get to crush your cravings. Think about it. By basically starving that craving cycle, you break it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first few days can be tough. But over those 2 weeks, your body and your brain start to adapt. And that constant nagging pull for something sweet, it really starts to fade away. All right, and here's a benefit that a lot of people are really surprised by. You can actually decrease pain. See, excess sugar is known to be a major trigger for inflammation all through the body, and that can lead to chronic aches and just general pain. So by taking a break, you help lower that inflammation, which can really help ease up those aches and pains. So, okay. The physical benefits are pretty compelling, right? But this challenge doesn't stop there. It's not just about resetting your body, it's also about sharpening your mind. Let's dive into some of those unexpected mental rewards, because they're pretty powerful. Think about that constant roller coaster of sugar highs followed by those awful crashes. Well, without that, your energy levels finally get to stabilize. And this can lead to a really incredible improvement in your mental clarity. You can focus for longer. It's like that annoying brain fog just starts to lift. But there's an even deeper mental gain happening here. Our source brings up this really cool concept from yoga called tapa. Basically, it's about the self-discipline and mental strength you build when you control your cravings and impulses. So think about it. Every single time you say no to that donut or that soda during this challenge, you're doing more than just using willpower. You are actively forging a tougher, more resilient mindset. And that's something you can use in pretty much every part of your life. All right, so you've made it through the 14 days. Awesome. So now what? Do you just never eat sugar again? No. It's so important to understand that this challenge isn't meant to be some permanent, all-or-nothing thing. It's a tool. It's a powerful way to recalibrate. And honestly, this quote from our source just nails it. After the challenge, moderation is the key. That's the whole point. The real goal here is to fundamentally change your relationship with sugar.
These 14 days reset your taste buds, they reset your habits, and they let you bring sugar back into your life in a much more mindful, conscious way. You'll actually think twice before just grabbing that sweet snack.
So let's just recap the big takeaways here. A 14-day sugar fast, it's like a power reset for your body. The benefits are real. You can lose fat, reduce bloating, and crush cravings. And mentally, you get more clarity and that awesome discipline we call tapa. But remember, the end game isn't to eliminate sugar forever. It's all about building a healthier, more moderate relationship with it for the long haul.
And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? Finishing a challenge like this, it's a huge first step. It proves to yourself that you can take control. So the real question isn't just about sugar anymore. It's, now that you've hit that reset button, what's next for you? What's the next positive step you're going to take on your health journey?